Welcome back to the channel, besties. I hope everyone is doing amazing today. Grab your snacks, maybe even some nachos though. After this story, you might look at nachos a little differently. Because what I discovered recently had me literally sitting back in shock, shaking my head, and thinking, wow, TLC really tried to bury this. And now it's back out there for everyone to see. And it completely changes how we look at Kody Brown and sister wives. So, let's talk about it. You know how sometimes you're scrolling through social media, or you're checking clips on YouTube, and you stumble across something you haven't seen in years? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. I was digging around, seeing if there were any TLC uploads I had missed, and I noticed something strange. A bunch of episodes of Sister Wives are being removed from HBO Max. Yep, TLC, content gone, not just Sister Wives, but a whole mix of reality shows, documentaries, you name it. HBO Max is shifting gears, moving away from housing discoveries stuff, and that includes TLC's entire library. At first, I thought, okay, this is just business. Streaming rights change, shows get pulled. But then I remembered something. Whenever TLC or Discovery has a scandal or something ugly happens behind the scenes, they have a tendency to scrub history. Think about the Duggars when everything came crashing down. A lot of their old content suddenly disappeared. It was like TLC wanted to erase the record, pretend it never existed, and avoid any more embarrassment. So naturally, my brain went straight to, wait a second, are they trying to scrub Sister Wives history? Are they trying to hide Kody's worst moments? Because if you've been with me for a while, you know those early seasons. They were messy. Kody said things, did things, and treated his wives in ways that were honestly jaw-dropping. And now, with Christine's book coming out, exposing even more about what was really happening behind the scenes, I started to wonder, are they covering their tracks before all of that blows up again? But here's where it gets wild. As I kept digging, I realized that while HBO Max was scrubbing episodes, TLC's international channels like TLC, Indio, were uploading old episodes like crazy. Episodes you couldn't find before. Episodes people thought were gone for good. And then I stumbled across something I thought I'd never see again. The infamous nacho tell-all. Do you remember this? If you've been in the Sister Wives fandom for years, you probably do. If not, let me paint the picture for you. This was a special tell-all hosted by Natalie Morales, and let me tell you, she did not hold back with Kody. She pushed him, she confronted him, and she brought up parts of the family's book, Becoming Sister Wives, that Kody probably wishes had never seen the light of day. And that's probably why this episode disappeared for so long. TLC buried it. They hid it. They didn't want people re-watching it, because Kody came across so badly that it almost made the show's entire love and family image collapse. And the part everyone remembers. The nachos. Yep. Kody sat there, in front of his wives, in front of the host, in front of the world, and admitted that he was not physically attracted to Christine. Not even a little bit. In fact, he went further. He told a story about when Christine was eating nachos, and how grossed out he was. And that was the moment he thought, okay, I'm going to wait to marry her. Can you imagine saying that? About your wife? About the mother of your children? The look on the wives' faces said it all. Janelle gave this strange little smile, almost like she didn't know what to do. Mary actually stepped up and defended Christine, which doesn't happen often. And Christine, she didn't even know that was how he felt until years later. Imagine the humiliation of hearing your husband, on national TV, say he was repulsed by you over a plate of nachos. Now, let's pause here. I want to ask you guys, how would you feel if your partner went on television and said something like that? Would you ever be able to forgive them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because I cannot imagine the level of hurt Christine must have felt. But here's the thing, Kody didn't stop there. Natalie Morales straight up asked him, does size matter to you? And instead of being compassionate, instead of thinking about the women sitting right next to him, Kody basically admitted that he wasn't attracted to Christine because she was a chubby girl eating nachos. And all of this happened while Janelle, who was the same size as Christine, was sitting right there. He didn't even realize how cruel, how inappropriate, how dehumanizing his words were. And when Natalie pressed him, asking if he regretted saying it, he dodged. He gave one of his classic Kody word salads, talking about how they were processing things, how they'd been through a lot, blah blah blah. Not once did he look into the camera and say, yes, I was wrong. I should never have said that. He just doubled down. That's Kody for you. What blows my mind is that TLC let this air once, then hid it for years. Why? To protect Kody. To protect the loving polygamous family image. Because let's be real, if viewers had this clip burned into their memory, the idea that Kody married for love, that their family was different from other polygamous groups, would fall apart. He proved exactly what critics said, that women were being added to meet quotas. Not because there was real romance or attraction. And here's another detail that Christine herself wrote about in her book. She always struggled with her self-image, her weight, her appearance. So much of her energy was spent trying to be good enough for Kody. She talked about the number on the scale, about controlling her eating, about wanting to look a certain way. And guess why? Because Kody made her feel like she wasn't enough. Imagine carrying that for decades. Imagine losing weight, getting healthier, and still not being good enough for the man who was supposed to love you. That is heartbreaking. But now, years later, TLC has put this clip back online. They're not protecting Kody anymore. They're exposing him, and it feels like a huge shift. Almost like, with Christine leaving, with her book coming out, with the family falling apart on screen, TLC has decided, you know what? Let's stop covering for this guy. Let's show people who he really is. And honestly, besties, I'm here for it. Because Kody has been protected for way too long. He's been allowed to insult his wives, manipulate situations, and control the narrative. But this is raw. This is real, and it shows exactly why Christine left, why Janelle pulled away, why Mary was broken for so long. I think what shocks me the most is that this wasn't just a one-off comment. It's a pattern. Kody has always had a way of degrading the women, sometimes subtly, sometimes right to their faces. And the wives reacted in ways that told their own story. Sometimes they smiled awkwardly, sometimes they defended each other, and sometimes they just sat there, silently competing for his approval. Can you imagine the mental gymnastics of thinking, well, at least today, he's insulting her and not me? That's toxic. That's not love. So here's where I land on this. TLC should release the full tell-all episode. Not just clips, not just little teasers. Put the whole thing back out there. Let the audience see everything Kody said, everything Natalie Morales challenged him on, and everything the wives were dealing with at the time. Because history matters. The truth matters. And hiding it only makes the damage worse. And honestly, the timing is perfect. Christine's book is out there. She's telling her story. She's reclaiming her power. And TLC is finally showing the receipts. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to see more hidden content resurface. More deleted scenes. More proof that Kody isn't the hero of this story, he's the villain. So what do you think, besties? Are you surprised TLC is finally pulling back the curtain? Do you think they were forced to do this because of Christine's book? Or are they just done protecting Kody? Drop your thoughts below. I love reading your comments, and I know you always catch details I miss. Make sure to like this video if you were as shocked as I was. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And click that notification bell so you never miss when we dive into the drama. Because trust me, season 20 is coming. Christine is laughing about how ridiculous Kody looks. And things are about to get messy. Thanks so much for watching, besties. Until next time, bye.